All right, hey trumpets. So today what we're going to do is learn how to hold the trumpet properly when we want to go to play it, okay? So the first thing you're going to need to do is take your trumpet out and get it ready for us to play. I'm going to switch camera angles so that you can see it from your perspective. All right, so what we're going to do first is when you have your trumpet and it's all put together, you're going to first see that there is a big ring here, this circle, and then you're going to see that there is a U on the other side, okay? This is where your left hand is going to hold the trumpet. So you're going to take your ring finger. You can see that my ring finger has a ring on it. If you notice, you've got your thumb, your pointer, your middle, your ring, and your pinky. You're going to take the ring finger and it's going to go inside that circle, okay? From there, you're going to take your thumb and your index finger or your pointer finger, that's this one that I'm wiggling, that's going to go right here in between. And your pinky is going to just chill, all right? It just gets to chill right here. Now your thumb is going to go through that U on the other side. Now what you'll notice is that these, oops, sorry, I'm not on the camera, these actually can move. So your ring finger can actually move this slide, and this slide should be able to be moved. Your thumb should be able to move that U side, okay, when you do that. Now, that's how you would hold that. Your middle and pointer fingers are going to be right here, right before that ring finger is. Now, what you'll notice that there is a screw right here. If the space between this area right here and your ring is uncomfortable, maybe it's too close. Like for me, I have really big hands, so if it's like this, I feel like it's too close. Or if it's too far away and you have smaller hands and you need to move it, that's what this screw is here for. So what you can do is you can turn it to the left, lefty-loosey, make sure it's nice and loose, and then you can move it to whichever spot you need it to be. For me, I like mine farther out because I have bigger hands, but if you have smaller hands, you can move it closer. Then when you're done, all you have to do is turn it to the right to make it nice and tight, okay? And then you'll be able to actually move this more comfortably and more freely. As you can see, my left pinky just chills here on the side. It doesn't really do anything. It just hangs out, okay? But you should have a really good grip with your left hand. It should be nice and comfortable, and it should be fairly sturdy with your left hand. Now with the right hand, okay, so we're going to talk about the right hand for a second. What we need to do is have a really good C shape. Now if you can notice, it looks like a C, but it's like backwards, okay? It's like curved. It almost looks like a circle. It's not closed off, but we have it like open like this. If you have a tennis ball at home, go grab a tennis ball, or if your mom lets you, mom or dad lets you, you can use an apple. Like for me, I have an apple. I didn't have a tennis ball available, but this one is the same idea. Is that when I hold this, it makes that same shape that I just showed you. So what you're going to do is hold that tennis ball, hold that apple, so that you can get an idea of what it looks like, okay? This is what we want to do on our trumpet. So we're going to make sure that we have this imprinted in our head. Now that we've got that shape down, what we're going to do is you have 3 valves on the trumpet. So notice that the mouthpiece is here. So from the mouthpiece going down, you have the first trumpet, or I'm sorry, the first valve, the second valve, and the third valve. Because we talked about these are the valves, and you can notice that these are their casings right here. So you have first valve, second valve, third valve. We're going to first start, and we've got our C shape. We're going to take our thumb and put it in between the first and second valves, okay? It sticks in between. It doesn't hang out here on the side. These guys aren't going to be touching, right? These two are going to be right here. It's going to be in between those 2 valves, but right underneath this lead pipe, as you can see. All right, so we're going to put that there. Then it's going to wrap around, and we're going to make that C shape that I showed you earlier. Can you guys see how I have that C shape? And you've got a finger on each one of the valves. Your pointer finger of your right hand goes to the first valve. Your middle finger of your right hand is going to do the second valve, and your ring finger is going to do the third valve, okay? Now, what we're going to do is make sure we have this really good C shape. Now we've got the C shape. I can play all of these, and my fingers are nice and curved to where that they're ready to go up and down. All right, this curved fingers actually makes the valves go down straight. If I try to play like this, if I get really lazy and I just start playing like this with flat fingers, what happens is I start pushing on this side and I'm pushing those valves and it's scraping against the valve casing, okay? This just naturally happens when we get lazy with our hand position. So we have to have those curved fingers. As you can see, oops, if I can get the mouthpiece out of the way, that when I push like this, it goes straight up and down. This is the best angle for your valves. It's not going to bend the valves. If I push from an angle, I'm pushing it down like that, and it's going to actually cause the valve to rub against the valve casing. So I have to have it straight up and down. And then you're going to see your fingernails, and I'm kind of twisting really bad to show you, but your fingernails should be pointing that direction. Now, what about the pinky? What about the right hand pinky? Well, we have this little hook right here, right? Your pinky goes on top of the hook, not inside the hook. Why is that? Because naturally, that when you have that hook, people will pull it, and they'll pull it, and they'll pull it, and they'll pull it into their face. And it's going to really hurt your teeth, okay? It's going to really hurt your lips, it's going to really hurt your teeth, and you're going to start seeing this red ring that shows up around your lips. And we don't want to do any damage to our teeth or damage to our lips. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to put our pinky on top of it. Now, the other benefit of keeping the pinky on top is that it makes your fingers free to move faster. You'll actually be able to play faster stuff, move those fingers faster earlier on than people who use that finger hook. So we got to make sure that our finger is on top of the hook, not inside of the hook. That is very, very important. So just to remind you, with the right hand, thumb goes in between the first and second valves underneath the lead pipe. 1, 2, 3 with our fingers, and we have that C shape, and the pinky is going to sit on top of the hook. Alright, and that is how you hold the trumpet. Thank you guys very much. See you in the next video.